And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. You've all heard about marriages of convenience, and I guess that's how you'd rate this one. Except that it really wasn't a marriage at all. What I mean is, well, suppose I let you hear the story for yourself. It's called Husband Pro Tem. And it's laid back in the 1880s, where the first railroads were being built across the great American desert.
I told you in my telegram, Mr. Phelps, that I couldn't help you. You've just wasted your time coming out here to see me in person.
I never waste my time, Major Lewis, and I never accept a man's refusal without good and sufficient reason.
I gave you my reasons.
Which I refuse to accept. This railroad is for the good of the whole country. And it seems to me that the government should be very happy to cooperate in its building.
The government is, but unfortunately the Indians aren't. I haven't enough troops in this garrison to patrol your right-of-way and protect your construction work.
If you'd run the line south of here like I suggested, Mr. Phelps, you wouldn't have any trouble with the Indians.
No, but I'd add 200 miles of the cost. I'm not giving up on this problem yet. There's a way to solve it somehow.
There might be at that. Make your own treaty with Black Hawk, their chief.
Treaty?
Yes. If you could convince him that all you wanted to do was to cross their territory, well, he might,
An excellent suggestion, Major. I told you there was a solution. Get Black Hawk here at once. Tell him I want to talk with him.
It isn't that easy. Black Hawk and I are not exactly on speaking terms. In fact, we've been playing hide and seek for several months. There's only one man I know who could bring you and Black Hawk together.
Andy Prentice?
Who's he?
He's a mining engineer. Has some claims scattered around the country. Seems to be on pretty good terms with the Indians. Let him come and go as he pleases.
Where can I find him?
Well, if Andy's in town, you can usually find him in the back room of Townsend's tonsorial parlor.
Oh, I washed my socks in the pitchers and rinsed them in the Cimarron. You know, Dobie, there's nothing like a hot bath to make a man feel like he hasn't got a care in the world. Yeah, but I wish Townsend would change his water oftener. I bet this is the same stuff we used 2 weeks ago. Well, it might help some if you'd quit washing your socks in it. Man or woman?
Man.
Come on in.
Prentice, I want you to meet Mr. Phelps.
Howdy. Come for a bath? Dobie and I'll be through here pronto.
No, I don't want a bath. I'm Alonzo Phelps, Vice President in charge of construction for the A&P Railroad. That's my private car out there on the siding.
Yeah, you sound like a pretty big man.
I am, and I'm also a man of action. I don't believe in sitting behind a desk and pushing buttons when there's a job to be done. Get out and do it. That's my motto.
Well, I never had a chance to sit behind a desk and punch buttons, but I imagine that'd be...
I don't believe in beating around the bush either. That's another motto of mine. Come to the point. And the point is, I want you to arrange a conference with Black Hawk for me.
With Black Hawk?
About his unreasonable objections to railroad construction.
Unreasonable? The Indians have owned that land for hundreds of years. Generally speaking, all the white man has brought them is trouble. He's killed their game, settled on their land, and broken their laws. All in all, he's been pretty obnoxious. So now you come along and start tearing things up. Now, how would you feel?
I feel if I explained to him that all I want to do is cross his territory, he'd stop his confounded interference.
Is that all you want?
Certainly.
Well, it's worth a try. Just so happens I'm heading in that direction tomorrow to look at some claims. I'll take you along.
Good.
Ridiculous. I mean, Well, going out there would be too dangerous, Mr. Phelps. Indians can be treacherous.
So can a white man. She'll be all right with me if you do as I say.
When do we start?
Dawn tomorrow morning. Meet me at the livery stable.
I'll be there.
Oh, there'll be a $1,000 charge for this little service.
$1,000? That's a pretty big fee.
Well, you're a pretty big man.
Well, we're all ready. Had the things brought here to speed up the operation.
You planning on taking all of this?
Wall tents, camp cots, folding chairs, fancy groceries.
Looks like we're going on a safari.
Safari's what?
You got enough stuff here for a half a dozen people, Mr. Phelps.
That's how many there'll be.
What?
My wife and daughter are going along.
Well, here we are. Oh, are these the two natives who are going to guide us? I'm Mrs. Phelps. This is my daughter, Evelyn. Isn't it thrilling? I've always wanted to get close to nature. I'm a great disciple of Rousseau. Or is it Thoreau? I never could keep those two straight. What's your name?
Russo. Dobie, ma'am.
Dobie? That's an odd name.
Well, you see, it's a nickname.
I'm sorry to throw cold water on your fun, Miss Phelps, but I'm afraid you ladies can't go along.
Why not?
This is a business trip and not a pleasure tour. Women only get in the way.
That's exactly what I said, Prentice. Besides, there's a certain amount of danger. If anything happened to you, Miss Evelyn, I'd never forgive myself.
There's no more danger to me than to Father. And where Father goes, I go, Mr. Prentice.
Well, not this time.
Yes, this time too.
And so the party headed out into the desert, with Andy leading the way and Dobie bringing up the rear, and Otis riding careful herd on Evelyn. All day, Andy pushed steadily onward, with the country growing more forbidding with every mile. On the afternoon of the second day, Andy called a halt.
End of the line. We'll camp here.
Where are the Indians?
They're all around you.
I don't see any.
Nope, they see you. They've been following us and watching us since early this morning.
Gracious!
Dobie! Drop it here. We'll make camp. Want to send word to Black Hawk that we want a powwow. Where are you going?
With you. I want to see how you send messages to Indians.
I appreciate your curiosity. This is no time to satisfy. Now you go back with the others.
Don't order me around, Mr. Prentice. I go where I please.
Yes, ma'am. Tell your chief, Black Hawk, that his brother, White Wolf, has brought the big chief of Iron Horse for a powwow. We will wait here.
You think you can put it over for Mr. Phelps?
Oh, I think so.
I'll give you $5,000 if you don't.
If I don't,
I want that railroad to go the southern route.
didn't know you owned property down that way.
I don't. But some friends of mine do.
Oh.
Is it a deal?
Well, I only work for one man at a time, Otis. And I got a job.
The Indian wasted no time getting Andy's message to Black Hawk, and the chief wasted no time in acting on it.
Now what?
We're going for a ride.
No, you're not. I told everybody to stay close to camp, and I meant it.
If you expect us to sit around twiddling our thumbs while we wait for your red friend to show up.
That's exactly what I expect.
High and mighty, Mr. Prentice. I'll punch him in the nose.
Why don't you?
Well, I would, except you might refuse to help your father then.
Look.
They're all around us.
Good to see my brother again.
Yes, it is good.
I feel just like Christopher Columbus. How?
These people are my friends. They have traveled far. Many suns.
Many sleeps.
This man, he is the big chief of the Iron Horse.
Yes, Big Chief Iron Horse.
Black Hawk is enemy to Iron Horse.
Oh, you mean you get car sick? So do I. But if you'll take a teaspoonful of...
I'll do the talking. I understand my brother's feelings. But I speak with straight tongue when I tell you the Iron Horse will not harm your people. The White Chief only wishes to cross your country as the canoe crosses the river.
It is hard, White Wolf, for Black Hawk to hold his anger at talk of Iron Horse. It is well these people are friends to White Wolf. I will call a council. Tell my people what my brother has said.
Tell them also, the White Chief will give 100 horses loaded with trade goods, if they agree.
50 horses.
100 horses. I have spoken.
And I will give you this.
No.
I will if I please. Here.
Shouldn't have done that.
I'm getting a little tired of you telling me what I should and shouldn't do, Mr. Prentice.
But you don't understand. When a squaw gives an Indian brave a gift...
For your information, I do not happen to be a squaw. Just picking some flowers. Aren't they pretty? Well, you're welcome. Oh, no, thank you. I'm not cold. Well, I guess I better be going now. It's getting awfully late.
What's the matter?
He was following me.
Who?
That awful Indian, Black Hawk. Why, he's gone. He must have seen you coming.
Thought I told you to stay close to camp. Now, what are you doing out here alone?
I was just taking a walk and picking some wildflowers, and then all of a sudden, there he was. I showed them to him, and he took them.
Took them?
Yes. And then he tried to put his blanket around me.
Little idiot, you're going to get us in a mess yet.
I didn't do anything.
Except smile at him, make up to him like you do every man you meet.
Why, Mr. Prentice, I believe you're jealous.
Don't flatter yourself. You're not going to add my scalp to your collection. Now get on my horse.
I'll walk.
Stop it! Let me down this instant! Let me down! Don't you dare!
Thinking Evelyn would behave herself after her scare, and that her refusal to accept Black Hawk's blanket would discourage the chief's interest in her, Andy left Dobie in charge of the camp and set out to inspect some of his mining property, planning to return the next day. That night,
Ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Well, nevertheless, it's true. Black Hawk wants you for his squaw. These ponies are the price he offered. When your father brought them in, he accepted it. Dobie, you should have stopped Mr. Phelps.
But he done it before I knowed it, Andy.
I thought the Indian was just trying to be friendly.
Of all the effrontery, that heathen savage expecting you to live in a wagwim or a PT or whatever you call it.
If this is your idea of a joke, Prentice, it's a pretty bad one.
I was never more serious in my life. And so is Black Hawk. He wants Miss Evelyn and he means business.
It's preposterous.
Not according to Indian custom. He took a shine to Miss Evelyn. She gave every indication that she liked him. Now you've given your consent. It's as simple as that.
I know. We'll put the ponies back where Father found them.
It's too late. He's been watching. You can be sure of it.
Then we'll gather up our things and flee from here with the speed of the wind.
We could never outrun him. It'd only make matters worse. He wants your daughter.
Stop saying that.
Well, here he comes now. He's got a pony to take you back on.
Mercy. What'll I do?
I know. Tell him that you're already married and have a husband. That this has all been a mistake. You didn't know Black Hawk, only as a friend. She already has a husband.
What Black Hawk wants, he takes.
Wait. I asked Black Hawk to obey the white man's law, as I obey the Indian's law. White man's law says squaw can only have one husband.
Black Hawk hears his brother's words and will not break white man's law. Black Hawk will fight husband of squaw to death. And she have only one husband, Black Hawk. Which man is squaw's husband? Spoken. But my heart is heavy that I fight my friend who is like a brother. But desire for squaw is much stronger.
My heart is with my brother. One knife.
One knife.
No, Andy, no, I won't let you. Tell him the truth.
Be quiet. This is your only way out.
You coward.
Killed my brother. It is no dishonor to lose the White Wolf. His courage and strength has been proven many times. I am.
Oh, Andy.
Nice going, partner. My boy, I can never repay you.
Horatio was never more wonderful when he stood on the viaduct or the aqueduct or the bridge or whatever it was.
Here, now, take it easy. I was just your husband pro tem.
You're not going to stay pro tem much longer.
And that's the story of husband pro tem. Or as a friend of mine put it, the story of the girl who was rescued from the engine and married the engineer. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. A good many stories have been written about the fabulous days of California's gold rush. Some true, some fiction, some based on fact. But this story doesn't quite fit into any of these categories. I call it Gold Lake. It is early spring 1850, and it's been a long, dull winter, at least to Mel Hardin, editor of the Downeyville Clarion.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Mr. Hardin.
Hello, Mel.
Oh, hello, honey. Usual?
You, referring to me or the whiskey?
Honey, you're the only unusual thing in this whole darn town.
I'll take care of him, Sam. Sounds like you're having headline trouble.
Let's say, how can I get a newspaper out with no news?
Well, you could announce the date of our wedding.
Honey, I'm in no mood for jokes.
Who's joking?
I need something to attract attention, something that can put in great big headlines. I give my left arm for a good headline.
whiskey. A double.
Yes, sir.
The best in the house, please, bartender.
You heard the gentleman, Sam? Best in the house. On me, sir.
Well, now, that's right friendly of you, sir. To your good health.
We thank you. Here, have another.
Now that you mention it, don't mind if I do.
Why don't we sit down at the table? We'd both be more comfortable.
After you, sir. After you.
You, come a long way, Mr.
Stoddard. Tom Stoddard, the name.
Oh, I'm Mel Hardin, the editor here in town.
Howdy.
How are you?
Howdy.
Where did you get that stuff, Mr. Stoddard? I said, where did you get that stuff?
Oh, that?
Uh-huh.
North Fork of the Feather. Whole lake full of it out there.
A whole lake full?
That's right. From shore to shore.
Mr. Stoddard, I've never heard of anything like that in my whole life. A whole lake full of gold?
Well, not exactly. A whole lake full of what's in that bag.
Gravel.
Well, I apologize, my friend. But, a man can work up a powerful thirst when he's been prospecting all winter without finding an ounce of dust. And, that little bag is always good for 1 or 2 drinks. No hard feelings, I hope.
No, not at all. Here, drink all you want. Harry! Oh. Give Mr. Stoddard anything he wants and put it on my bill.
Oh, no. Now, hold on there. Me buffaloing you out of a drink is one thing, but, I don't like to accept too much when I ain't got nothing to give in return.
Mr. Stoddard, you'd be surprised what you've just given me.
Nice name there.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Here's your paper, Mayor.
Oh, thank you, Sandy.
I'll leave yours on the table, Mr. Faversham.
Thank you, Sandy. I don't know why I keep taking this paper. There's never anything in it worth reading.
Me too.
Lake of gold found. Prospector reveals discovery to Clarion editor.
Mayor, wait a minute.
Lake of gold found, Slim.
I think we'll find Stoddard over. Tell us over there. Let's go right over now.
I keep on
Well, we better get out another edition. This one's going to be a sellout for sure.
Where is he? Where is he?
Where's who? What, Gold Lake Stoddard, that's who.
There he is.
Oh, it must be Mr. Stoddard.
You, Mr. Stoddard?
Yes, my name is Stoddard.
Well, I'm Ed Faversham, the barber.
I'm Mayor Cutts. Slim Perry, owner of the Donneville Hotel.
Beniamino Biancalan, I make it the booth.
Lionel Lawson, I own the Emporium.
Shaving a haircut first thing. Make you feel like a new man, Mr. Stoddard.
Then some new duds, a complete new outfit.
The new Balaboon.
And a room in my hotel, the finest one I've got, with a clean sheet.
Just a minute, gentlemen. I don't understand all this.
Why, we're offering you the hand of friendship, Mr. Stoddard.
You are?
Donneville is proud to have you.
Come on.
You yes, we're going to take good care of you.
Mr. Stoddard, would you lift up just a little, please? Yes, but those are mighty expensive-looking pants.
The best in the house.
Gentlemen, please. This is a shop.
razor. If I were to cut Mr. Stott, I'd never forgive myself.
How does it feel?
Sure comfy. I never had nothing like them before in my whole life. But,
The best boot the money can buy.
well, that's just the point. But
The other foot, if you please.
Are you going to be all day, Frank? What's your hurry? I want him to sample this cigar. It's the only genuine clear Havana west of the Mississippi. Got them from a drummer who stopped at my hotel on his way to Frisco.
There's nothing in Frisco that you can't find here, Mr. Stoddard. Donneville's a town you'll grow to love.
sure is the friendliest town I ever did see. But
You'll find a box of these in your room at the hotel, Mr. Stoddard.
The Clarion was a sellout, Mr. Stoddard, but I saved the last copy for you.
But it's a clear Havana, Mr. Stoddard, direct from Cuba.
yes, I guess I'm just not used to them.
Look, you didn't ask for any of those things.
No.
They made you take them. In fact, they forced them on you.
That's just the point. I did take them, and I got no way of paying for them.
But you'd be glad to pay them back if and when you made a strike, wouldn't you?
Well, sure.
So they're grub staking you. There's nothing unusual about a miner accepting a grub stake, is it?
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
That's the only way to look at it, Stoddard. Can't you see these people, they're not giving you anything they can't afford. And when you can afford it, you'll pay them back. Now, isn't that right?
Well, I've been prospecting for close on to 30 years without making a strike. But I suppose if I keep at it another 30, I might find some gold. Maybe a whole lake full of it. Then all I gotta do is figure out a way of draining it.
Stoddard, I'm not asking you to say one word that isn't the truth. But if you can keep your mouth shut, say for a month or two, you can live in this town and live like a king. And I'll be able to sell a few newspapers. You see, business hasn't been too good with the Clarion recently.
I see. Well, I don't suppose it would be right of me to do you out of any business, especially after all you've done for me.
Now you're talking.
Mel, Oh, excuse me.
Well, that's all right. I was just leaving, ma'am.
Why, you're Mr. Stoddard.
Well, yes. I guess I do look a mite different.
Carrie, I won't be able to drive you over the valley. I got some headlines to figure out.
Mel, you promised.
I know I promised, but I've got too much work to do. Tom, you're not doing anything. Why don't you drive Carrie over the valley?
Well, I'd be more than happy to. That is, if it's all right with you, ma'am.
Why, I'd be delighted with your company.
Pardon me.
Night, Mel.
Oh, good night, Carrie.
Good night, Mel.
Good night, Stoddard. Headlines. Stoddard.
Here's your morning paper, Mr. Stoddard.
Well, what am I doing today, sir?
Oh, planning a big smelter right here in Donneville. Going to employ 100 men.
Well. Read it first in the Clarion. Thank you, Sam.
Top of the morning to you, Mr. Stoddard. You too, Sam.
Good morning, Tom.
A wonderful morning to you, Carrie. I'll have my usual, please.
Oh, it's all ready. Everything just the way you like it.
4 eggs boiled exactly 3 3/4 minutes. 8 slices of bacon, crisp, and toast slightly burned at the edges. And coffee, lots of it.
Jerry, you're sure spoiling me. You know, if you're not careful, you're going to find it hard to get rid of me.
Maybe I don't want to, Tom.
Carrie, I want to tell you that.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Mel.
How are you today, Mel?
I'm hungry. Carrie, I'll have the same thing he has.
Coming up.
You're the soul of gratitude, aren't you?
Gratitude? How do you mean that?
I'll tell you how I mean it. I build you up from a drink-mooching bum, and you show your appreciation by stealing my girl.
Believe me, Mel, I never intended for anything to turn out the way it has.
Well, it's not too late to change things. We're going to start right away. Now, the first...
Oh, there you are, Stoddard. Good morning, Mel. Now you've had enough breakfast. Come with me. I got something I want to show you. Didn't tell him anything about it, did you, Carrie?
Oh, wait a minute. What is this all about, Joe?
Oh, wait a minute. You'll see. Come on.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is all very confusing. What's going on?
Just wait. You'll find out.
There you are. Well, what is this?
Look. Looks really important, doesn't it?
Well, yes. Yes, it does.
You're putting Downeville on the map, Mr. Stoddard, and this is our way of showing our appreciation.
Wait till you see the inside. Carrie helped us pick the furnishings.
Come on in. Look it over. Yeah, let's go. Look, he doesn't know what to make of it.
Solid mining company now open for business.
Business? What business? What do I do here?
Well, you see, it's like this, Mr. Stoddard. The snow will be melting on the mountains pretty soon, and you'll want to be starting operations. Well, dredging a big lake, that takes plenty of money.
Yes, I guess it does.
But we're ready to back you to the hilt.
Anderson over at the bank had these stock certificates issued, and we're ready to buy in. All that remains to be done is for you to figure out how much capitalization you'll need, then we'll know what each share's worth.
No. No, I can't do it.
Look, we know there are plenty of bankers in San Francisco and in the East who want to get in on the deal, but we figured you'd rather do business with your friends.
Oh, you don't have to give us your answer now, Mr. Stoddard. The mayor's throwing a big banquet in your honor tomorrow night, and you can tell us then.
Regardless of your decision, I hope you'll accept my invitation.
Yes, so, all right, I'll be there, I guess.
Well, gentlemen, I think we better all leave. Mr. Stoddard has plenty of work to do.
I hope you'll give our proposition your serious consideration.
Serious consideration. Yes. Yes, of course.
I'd better leave, too. I guess you got lots of things to figure out.
Yes, Carrie. A whole lot of things.
I'll see you later.
Carrie,
Oh. What is it?
Can we sit down?
Those old clothes. What happened?
I've come to my senses. That's what's happened. Carrie, I've never been so ashamed of myself in my whole life.
Why?
For being a phony. That's why. There's no lake of gold, Carrie.
I know.
You know.
Well, let's just say I suspicioned it. Ever since that first day when you let Mel walk out of here with your bag of gold. If that had been real, you wouldn't have parted with it so easily. Especially to a man who was a complete stranger to you.
But you've gone along with all this. You let me eat here free. Why, you even picked out some of the furnishings for my office. My office. Why, Carrie?
Well, at first I felt sorry for you and didn't see any harm in letting somebody with nothing get a little something, if it didn't do anybody any harm. And then afterwards, I wanted to see how far you'd let it go.
I let it go too far.
It would only have been too far, Tom, if you'd have never told me.
This here's a stock certificate book, Carrie. And I've gotten written down all the names of folks that's been good to me. So many shares for each of the ones I owe.
Shares of what?
Of anything I ever find. I'm pulling out, Carrie. I'm going back to prospecting.
Tom, don't go. I'll pay the men back whatever you owe them. I've got some savings. We'll manage.
Carrie.
I guess you couldn't, could you?
So long, Carrie.
So long, Tom.
Gold Lake, a hoax. Clarion editor victimized by confidence man Stoddard. Oh, that ought to sell a few papers.
Even a gold pebble, let alone a whole lake.
And I've been shaving him free ever since he came to Donnyville.
Let's run him out of town.
Right.
It now appears, however, that no such lake exists, except in the mind of Stoddard, who is now exposed as one of the cleverest promoters who ever built an unsuspecting town.
He's made Donnyville the laughingstock of the whole Motherlode country.
Lynching's too good for him.
Have you seen him? Where is he?
That's what we want to know.
He's not in his room, but all his new clothes are there.
And he ain't been at Carrie's place since breakfast.
He make the monkey out of us, that's what he do.
Hey, boys. Sandy said he thinks he saw Stoddard leaving town.
What do you mean? Think you saw?
Well, he had his old clothes on at the time, and I wasn't sure. But it must have been him.
How long ago?
For just a few minutes, he was walking north.
Let's go get to him.
Yeah, let's teach him a lesson.
Yeah, we'll show him they can't make fools out of people.
A man like that's a menace to honest, well-meaning people. Come on, let's get him.
Right.
Sneaking out of town, huh?
Well, yes, I was, George.
Don't you George me, you swindler.
Now, wait a minute. I explained everything to Carrie.
No, we don't know nothing about Carrie. But tell us, is all this true?
Yes, but it's not the whole story.
It's whole enough for us. Grab him.
Now,
Take him over there.
I admit what I've done was wrong.
Well, no time is
Please, you've got to understand. I never wanted to cheat anyone.
Is that why you let us feed and clothe you this whole time?
And house you two, the best in my hotel.
laughing at us all the while.
We're giving you something to laugh for.
Please, you've got to let me explain how this all happened.
Never mind the explanations.
Here, start digging.
Digging?
Nobody can say we didn't try to give you a decent burial. But I'll be doggone if we'll dig your grave. Now get that pack off and start digging.
They're gonna hang Stoddard.
Hang him?
Yeah. They're making him dig his grave down at Hangman's Tree. I gotta tell Mr. Harden.
Never mind, I'll tell him. Mel, they're gonna hang Tom Stoddard.
Hanging?
He's digging his grave now at Hangman's Tree. Mel, you've got to tell him the truth.
Harry, I never expected it to go this far. Come on.
Well, that's deep enough. Come on, climb out. What do you stand down there for?
You'll be in there plenty long enough.
Wait, the deeper I go, the better it gets.
Oh, quit stalling.
Stalling? What I mean is the deeper I go, the richer it gets.
You gone crazy?
Have you ever seen anything like that in your life before, mister? Slim. Harvey. Stoddard found gold. A great spade, look.
They're already burying him.
Harry, I'm sorry.
Found it, Mel. Stoddard's found gold.
Where is he? Where's Stoddard?
It's true, Carrie. Real gold.
It would serve him right if you kept everything you found. You men know what Tom Stoddard did before he left town? He made you all shareholders in anything he found.
You did?
It's the least I could do after you'd all been so nice to me.
You hear that, Harvey? We're rolling on the deal.
You better get back to town, Stoddard, and fill out the papers on your claim.
Yeah. And I've got another claim I want to fill out some papers on, too. No hard feelings, Mel.
Me? No, not a bit. You just give me another headline.
And so the hoax of Gold Lake ended up with one of the richest strikes of the Mother Lode. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. The story this time comes from a little-known but critical chapter in our nation's history. Early in July of 1861, before the Battle of Bull Run, more than 1,000 men froze, then sweated, with poles and drums of shining telegraph wire, working around the clock to hang 'em high. In the troubled days following his inauguration, Lincoln was a tortured man. Unable to escape war, nothing was too small or too great to make victory swift and certain.
Mr. President.
Mr. Secretary of the Interior. The news isn't happy, Caleb. Defeats are in the making.
Then this news should help. Mr. President, with good luck, it won't be too long before the Union is linked from ocean to ocean by telegraph.
At last. Are the contracts signed?
Better than that. The work has actually begun. From the Atlantic, the telegraph wires presently run only as far west as Omaha. And from the Pacific, only from San Francisco to Sacramento. All this area, from Sacramento to Omaha, has no wires. And our only connection is the Pony Express.
But you say the work has started.
2 companies are hanging wire, Mr. President. The Overland Telegraph, working from the west to Salt Lake City. And the Pacific Telegraph is building from Omaha and will meet them there.
The subsidy the government voted, of course, goes to the first company to reach Salt Lake.
$400,000, Mr. President. Enough so that every man will work night and day to earn his share of the bonus. In the meanwhile, the Pony Express will continue to carry telegrams from the end of one wire to the end of the other, closing the gap just a little bit more every day.
Unless we are constantly certain of Utah's support and California's gold, the Union's a lost cause. The telegraph is our only protection. Caleb, in the name of mercy, for every wife and mother, both north and south, see that nothing stops it. Telegraph lines must go through.
They will, Mr. President.
If we don't get some protection soon, Captain, we'll never finish. The Indians are tearing down our wire almost as fast as we put it up.
How do you know it's Indians?
Who else?
Well, with almost a $500,000 subsidy at stake, Mike Walsh and his Pacific Company could be out to stop you.
You don't think Mike Walsh is doing
Look, in
it?
this job, I'm like a policeman. I accuse nobody, I suspect everybody. Oh, here comes that Pony Express rider for your telegrams.
Yeah. I'd better get him. These pony boys don't take to waiting.
Howdy, Captain. Hello, McCarthy. Mr. Hudson will be right out with your telegrams. Well, how are things back the other way with Mike Walsh and his outfit?
Told me he's doing better than 6 miles a day when I last saw him.
When you last saw him, I had an idea it was that pretty daughter of Walsh's.
Sharon is at the camp helping her father. And she does, too. Operates the telegraph like a man.
Here you are, Lauren. 26 eastbound telegrams for Walsh's wire. By the way, is Mike having any Indian trouble up his way? I mean, poles down, wires ripped out?
No. Guess he's been lucky.
Yeah. Very lucky. But not lucky enough to win that subsidy. Because no matter what he does, I'm getting to Salt Lake first. Now you tell him that.
Wash.
Is that all the welcome I get after riding lickety-split just to see you?
The telegrams.
Here you are. 26 of them. You know, you're as bad as your old man. All business.
If Pa doesn't win this race, Lauren, I hate to
Got
think...
all the prize money spent, huh?
Oh, he's not taking any of that for himself.
Well, superintendent.
He made that plain right from the beginning. It's all to be distributed among the men.
Well, then why is he so all-fired anxious?
He just wants the satisfaction of beating Ben Hudson. The Irish in him.
Certainly takes a big load off my mind. I was afraid if your father collected that subsidy, folks would say I was marrying you for your money.
Not on my clean wash.
Sharon,
I better get these off right away.
All right, boys, let's get it off. Take it away. Yeah! I'll get that strung out. Are you going to take all day? We still got a mile to go before sundown.
Ellis, you got your work blocked out for tomorrow.
I'd be a fine engineer if I didn't.
Hi there.
Well, that wasn't very cordial, Ellis. You didn't wave back to him.
Why should I? Everything was going fine around here till he showed up.
Look, Ellis, the pony boy seems romantic to Sharon now. Dashing, devil may care. But once the telegraph is through, what's going to happen to McCarthy and the other riders? They're out of work. They'll drift away like tumbleweed in a windstorm. Then you'll still be here with money in your pockets to afford a wife.
Yeah, if we get to Salt Lake City first.
No ifs about it. We'll beat Ben Hudson hands down.
All right, men, thanks. Get back to work.
Mr. Hudson, up by Round Rock. 3 of your poles are down.
I know, I just heard. Chopped down.
Tomahawks?
Tomahawks, nothing. White man's axes.
What do you mean?
What do you think?
Mr. Hudson, look. I know Mike Walsh, and I know his family. Well, Mike's a fighter, but he fights clean. Oh, he wouldn't pull a low-down trick like that. It was Indians.
Then how come they don't tamper with his line? Tell me that.
Different tribes east of here.
Indians are Indians.
Maybe scared him off.
If you're talking about that business at the electric shock, I tried the same thing, only made them madder.
Then it was Indians, you admit it.
I admit nothing except my wires are coming down faster than I can put them up.
Now, the Indians think the telegraph is bad medicine. You have to show them how it'll help them. That way they'll learn to respect it.
Oh, you can't reason with those red devils.
I said show them. Now, you got a line up to Shoshone territory. You arrange to have their chief get on that end, and I'll get Chief Kopar of the Paiutes in here.
It's my work. We'll do it.
Chief Red Deer is at the other end now.
You understand what Mr. Hudson is going to do, Chief Kopar. He's going to prove to you that the telegraph is good, not bad medicine.
You show. We will see.
Now you give the operator a question to ask Chief Red Deer.
You say, how many moons is it since last time Red Deer smoked pipe with Kopar? Why have split tongue? Little Elk is son of my brother, but still young, has not learned yet. Indian and white man must give a little, so they can live side by side and gain much.
Chief Red Deer says, you, Chief Kopar, came to war council he held 19 moons ago.
That is truth. Wire does not speak with split tongue. I see now why a rope express good for everybody. It carry messages more miles than smoke or drums. I make promise. Paiutes not hurt wire. Ever.
You wouldn't believe it. Old Copa came there to prove the wire was bad medicine, and by the time he left, you'd have thought he'd invented it. Ben Hudson can really move ahead now. It's plain to see which side you're rooting for. Well, I don't care who gets to Salt Lake first, just so long as the line is finished.
Well, we can still give Ben Hudson a run for his money. You got that survey for me, Ellis?
It's in the office. He's got some nerve kissing you.
He didn't kiss me. He just patted me.
I should have punched his face in.
You're not jealous.
Yes. Stop it.
Why, Lauren.
I don't like that song.
Rose of Alabama, I think it's very pretty.
I don't. It belongs to the South.
Oh, now you're being ridiculous.
I'm sorry. Well, it's just that... Well, the way things have been going, the Rebs whaling the tar out of us. At this rate, we could lose the war.
Ellis says it's only to be expected that the South would win at first. They've been preparing so long.
Oh? What makes Mr. Ellis Higbee such an expert on the war? Maybe he should be in Washington telling Lincoln what to do.
Oh, come on now, Lauren. You can't get all in a dither every time you hear Ellis Higbee's name mentioned. I think you better get some rest before you start your run back. You'll need it.
Well, Lauren, old Copaw's living up to his word. Not a foot of wire down in the past 5 days.
I'll tell Mike Walsh.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of myself for ever having suspected Mike. I guess I just had to lash out at someone.
Sure, I know. Well, I'll be seeing you, Mr. Hudson.
Take care, Lauren.
Good going.
You mean you think my father's responsible for tearing down the overland wires?
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to. But since that's what you think, you're not only wasting my time, you're wasting your own.
The fact that this fragment of box undoubtedly belonged to Pacific Telegraph means nothing by itself.
It was Walsh's powder.
Even so, it could have been taken without Mike's knowledge.
By whom, for instance?
You, for instance.
What?
No, not you personally, but anybody working for Pony Express who figures he might make his job last a little longer.
That was a bad guess.
Then, on the other hand, it could have been Indians. Or even Southern sympathizers.
Johnny Reb's here?
Enough to do this kind of damage.
Captain? I think I can get you proof nobody can question. One way or the other, you'll be hearing from me. Soon.
Well, Sharon, here comes your pony boy.
I don't want to see him.
Moving up again, huh, Mr. Walsh?
First thing in the morning. We've strung 26 miles the last 3 days.
Well, at that rate, you're bound to beat Ben Hudson into Salt Lake.
I thought Overland was going great guns.
And they were. And now they're facing a shortage of poles, what with all that's been blown up lately.
Looks like your Indians didn't keep their promise to behave.
The poles were blown with black powder. I ain't never heard of Indians knowing how to use it, have you?
I wouldn't know. I don't go around making friends of the dirty heathens.
Has any of our powder been missing, Ellis?
Oh, couldn't be. I used the last of it blasting those boulders a few days ago.
Well, flapping our jaws isn't going to help Ben Hudson. It struck me as I was riding in here just now, Mr. Walsh. You have enough equipment left over to build clear through to San Francisco.
That's how I've kept the lead on Hudson so far.
Of course, once both lines are up, poles and wire won't be worth what they are today.
You have the gall to suggest that I sell our surplus poles to Ben Hudson?
No, sir. I was going to suggest that you lend him enough to tide him over till his next shipment arrives.
Are you out of your head? Why, for all we know, the Indians might tear down every pole we've got up. Then where would we be?
Same place Ben Hudson is, I guess. But your line in without his isn't going to help anybody. Well, certainly not the Union.
How much poles and equipment would Ben be needing?
Good train load?
Well, Mikey, you're not going to listen to him. Why, well, that'd be just like handing the opposition that $400,000.
We're helping Abe Lincoln end the war a little sooner.
Go on, Papa. We can give him half what we've got and still beat him to Salt Lake.
You're not an engineer, Sharon.
She doesn't have to be, Higby. Anyone can help win the war.
Sure. Like Sharon says, we can give Ben Hudson cards and spades and still beat him to the prize money.
And if we lose?
You can blame me. Come on now. Show me the wagons to be loaded for Ben.
Thanks for backing me up.
Well, I figure it'll take 2 days to deliver this to old Ben and get back here.
We'll be waiting.
You better be. Nellis, first thing I want you to do, take the flatbed down to the junction. Bring every bit of equipment we've got back here.
Yes, sir, just as soon as you've left.
Wasting this much time, we'll have to work 18 hours a day when I get back. Now, you two watch things. All right, boys. Let her roll.
Tell Jimmy to get the rest of the wagons rolling tomorrow.
Higby say where he's going?
Nope, just drove off. Getting supplies, I guess.
Junction's not that way.
No, that way.
Sharon, I take back what I said about your father.
So, it's someone else?
Yes, Higby.
Higby.
He just took off from here driving like Yehu.
That's right, on an errand for Papa.
Heading west. I'm going after him, make sure nothing happens to that trainload of poles.
Oh, Lauren, you don't think for one minute...
I'm afraid Brother Higby's been the villain of the piece all along. I should have guessed it.
Why? What makes you think
Lots
that...
of little things that don't mean anything in themselves, like certain songs, that add them all up.
Are you accusing Ellis Higby of being a rebel?
All I know for sure is I'm going to follow him, and I'm going to watch him till those poles are safe in Mr. Hudson's camp.
Wait.
I haven't got time to waste. The rate he's driving, you pick up help and race around ahead of him.
I'm going with you.
Turned off here. What did I tell you? Making a loop around the wagon train.
We'll make camp the other side of the canyon. Get them across before night.
Right. Higby met some Indians here. Maybe 4. Looks like he rode off with them.
In the wagon?
Oh, looks like he did start here in the brush. Doesn't look good. You better stay here.
I will not.
I said stay here. Go ahead, Reb. Tell him. Tell him how you've been fighting the Union every mile of the way. But in spite of you, there's going to be a telegraph clear across the United States of America.
Confederate Ellis Higby was promptly tried and sentenced. And Sharon Walsh and Lauren McCarthy, they were sentenced too, to a long life filled with happiness and wonderful memories, not the least of which was a framed letter which graced the parlor of every house they ever occupied. A letter signed quite simply, "Gratefully yours, A. Lincoln." Oh, and in case you're wondering, the line from the east reached Salt Lake first by 4 days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. Back in 1876, Texas was a hotbed of frontier action. The hostile Apaches burning, killing, fighting to save their homeland from the invading white settlers. On one occasion, a band of warriors intent on massacre swept down on a cavalry patrol. The gallant troopers repulsed the attack and drove them off, pursuing them into the hills. Many Apache prisoners were taken. And it is about one of them that we tell our story. The story of Indian Emily.
Major, your report.
We were ambushed while patrolling Olympia Canyon. We repulsed the attack, inflicting many losses. Then we broke up their camp. Our losses, 3 dead, 7 wounded. We took many prisoners. Further pursuit of the enemy into the hills seemed futile. I ordered the column to return.
What about that squaw? Was she in the battle, too?
Oh, no, sir. When we broke up their camp and chased them into the hills, she fell from her horse and struck our head. I couldn't leave her out there in that condition, sir.
Yes. Well, dismiss your company. See to your horses and your wounded. I'll want more details later.
Yes, sir.
Dismount! Dismissed.
Lieutenant, take charge of those prisoners.
Yes, sir.
Mangy-looking lot, aren't they?
As you say, sir. Mangy looking.
Lock them up. But don't turn your back on them.
Yes, sir. She's just a girl. Untie her, Scrag.
I'd leave her hog-tied if I was you, Lieutenant. She's injured.
Untie her. That's an order, Scrag.
Give her to me, Lieutenant. Yep, I know just what to do with a squaw.
Why, she's just a child.
She's hurt, Mother. Hurt bad, I'm afraid.
Well, you did right to bring her here, son. Take her into my room.
I'd better get the doctor.
Just a minute. He must be busy with the wounded. You get some soap, hot water, and the medicine box. This child needs some cleaning up.
Colonel, come in, sir.
Lieutenant, I came to discuss that Indian girl. People on the post are very upset that there's an Apache on the loose. She's a prisoner and she should be incarcerated.
Nonsense, Colonel.
Ma'am?
She's not a criminal. She's just a child. I'm not sure she even knows what it's all about.
No, I doubt that, ma'am. These savages are very canny. You have to watch them every minute.
Are you implying that this girl is a threat to the safety of Fort Davis?
Why, no, ma'am, but she is an Indian and she's a prisoner of war. Now, I suggest you allow us to look after the Army's business of retaining hostiles.
Come with me, Colonel. There, Colonel, is the canny savage, the murdering hostile who is causing you
and the good people of Fort Davis such concern.
Yes, she does look rather young and harmless enough. But if she causes any trouble...
I shall take full responsibility.
Yes, well, good night, ma'am.
Good night, sir.
Ma'am.
Oh, Mother, I'm proud of you. The way you stood up to the Colonel.
Nonsense. He's just a man.
Maybe I ought to get the doctor.
I'm sure I can take care of her. There now. You're going to be all right. Just lie back and rest.
How Pasukatu get here?
She speaks. You were hurt. We'll take care of you. Make you well again.
Pasukatu no stay Whiteface house.
If you don't want to stay, you may go. But first you must get well. You understand?
You bluecoat squaw?
He is my son, Lieutenant Easton.
Him. Good bluecoat. Pasukatu stay. Little time.
But 6 months later, the Indian girl was still at the fort.
Shirt. Shirt. Sock. Oh, 2 times.
Very good, Pasukatu. That is very good.
Very good. Is better than good?
Correct.
Soon you'll be perfect.
Lieutenant Tom, be perfect is better than good?
Right.
Come along now, girl. Perfect is a long way off for all of us.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. Proverbs 22, number 1. Mr. Lieutenant Tom, Pasukatu would like to choose good name, like it says in the Bible.
You mean something shorter?
I've thought for a long time she should have a Christian name.
That is what I mean.
Good girl.
What name I have?
What name would you like? Helen? Mary? Maud?
Of all the names that sing with music, I would best like to be called Emily.
Why, that's my name. But there are other, more beautiful names.
But none so close to my heart.
I am very proud and happy. From this moment on, Pasukatu shall be called Emily.
Oh.
And I have something for an occasion like this. For you, Emily.
Mr. Lieutenant Tom,
is so wonderful with men.
Yes, dear, he is wonderful with the men. What is it, Emily? What's the matter?
The brown hen. The brown hen is missing. And Mr. Lieutenant Tom must have it for dinner. It must be recaptured.
What's your hurry? You're pretty uppity, ain't you?
Let go of me.
You can change your name and the way you dress, but there's one thing you can't change. You're still an Injun squaw. I know how to treat squaw.
Let go of me.
Keep your hands off her.
You plan on saving her for yourself, Lieutenant?
I got a letter from Mary today.
Oh, no wonder you look pleased.
Her father's got his orders. He'll be arriving about the 15th of May.
Why, that's only...
5 months, 17 days. What's this?
I have made soft shoes for Mr. Lieutenant Tom. A man long in the saddle of the hard-backed horse seeks comfort on his arrival home.
Hey, wait a minute. You're very kind, Emily, but... Well, a man from the hard-backed horse doesn't need soft shoes. Well, I thank you all the same, Emily. And the shoes are nice. Very nice. I tell you what. I will take my pipe.
That Lieutenant Tom of yours is eating better than the Colonel. It's going to be hard on the girl he marries.
But the Colonel is married.
Well, I mean Lieutenant Tom. Well, that must be that Nelson party that's arrived.
The new captain. Lieutenant Tom rode out to meet him.
Captain Nelson.
Colonel?
Welcome to the post.
I want you to meet my daughter, Mary. Mary, this is Colonel Merritt.
I'm delighted to know you. Well, Captain.
Well, Mary, this is Fort Davis, end of the line.
I thought I'd never get here.
I'd have gone all the way to Washington to escort you if they'd let me.
Oh.
Emily, come over here. Someone I want you to meet. Miss Mary Nelson, Miss Emily. Miss Emily.
How do you do? She doesn't speak English?
Oh, sure she does. She was just struck dumb by the sight of anyone as pretty as you.
Oh.
Scragg, you say there's a buildup going on in this area. What do you think that means?
Well, I ain't sure, Colonel, but it don't look good.
Well, those devils are up to something. Their raids have been increasing lately, and they're becoming more daring.
Almost as if someone was giving them news when the troops were the smallest. Wouldn't you say so, Lieutenant?
I don't know what you mean by that, Scragg.
Don't you?
Scragg, what are you implying?
Oh, I ain't implying nothing, Colonel. Just that if there was an Injun spy inside of the fort, well...
Now, just a minute.
Now, just a minute, gentlemen.
Mr. Scragg seems to believe that Emily is betraying us. I don't believe it. You may go, Scragg.
Sir,
I'm sorry about that, Easton, but Scragg is, well, you know Scragg. He's a good scout, or I wouldn't have him on the fort.
Yes, sir.
However, we must take all precautions. Fort Davis is already outnumbered by these Apaches. You will double all guard and sentry duty. All traveling patrols will remain within signaling distance of the fort. You will post a guard inside and outside the fort. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Tom? I'm not too worried.
I'd trust Emily with my life, sir.
I'm sure you would, Lieutenant.
You'll be coming for dinner tonight, sir?
I certainly will. I've heard about the food at your place.
Good afternoon, sir.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, Emily. Oh, thank you so much. You know, this is one of the nicest punches I've ever tasted. I wish you'd give me
Attention! Attention, please. I have an announcement to make. This daughter of mine likes the Army so much, she's joining up for life. I have the great pleasure of announcing my daughter Mary's engagement to Lieutenant Thomas Easton.
Well, congratulations, Tom. I think that's just wonderful. Mary, you got yourself one of the finest young men I've ever met. Captain, I think you... Congratulations, Tom.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Enjoyed
Good
it.
night. Good night.
Night, sir.
Emily? Emily? Tom, she's not here.
Where could she be? I'll take a look around. She's not outside. Where could she... Mother, what's wrong?
She's gone, Tom. She's left us.
What do you mean, left us? She can't leave the fort.
Emily would have found a way.
But why? Why should she leave?
You don't know. You honestly don't know, do you?
Why should I know?
Tom, Emily is in love with you.
In love? With me? Little Harsakatu.
Hasokatu finds it hard to forget the ways of the white man.
My nights are filled with shadows, mother of my mother. I cannot wash them away.
5 moons have come and gone, and you still think on the blue coat man. Speak not for the ears of the chief to hear. There is much hate for the blue coats.
We're all of the same heart?
Oh.
Take position. North. South. 3 times, son. Strike fort. Kill all the bluecoats.
Did you hear anything?
Yeah. It's an engine. I can just smell him.
What goes up there?
We hit somebody. Emily. It's Emily, Indian Emily.
Mr. Lieutenant Tom, I have come to see Mr. Lieutenant Tom.
Just lay right there. Guard! Guard! It's Indian Emily. She's come back. Get a stretcher and get Lieutenant Easton on the double.
Emily? Emily? The Colonel is here.
Mr. Lieutenant Tom. I have come from the campfires of my people to tell their plan. My ears have heard unhappy words. Many warriors. Many guns. At first corner of sun they come. Many bluecoat die.
Send messengers to recall all patrols. Emily, good girl. You've done us a great service. You're a very brave girl, and we're very grateful.
I'm sorry. Honest, Emily. Emily, I didn't know it was you.
Mr. Lieutenant Tom, I could not let you die. Gave him a good blue coat.
The Apaches came as they had planned, but thanks to Emily's warning, the fort was prepared and repulsed the attack. Indian Emily was buried with full military honors. She was buried in a grave just outside the fort that she had so gallantly saved. But Indian Emily's story did not end in that tiny, shallow grave. The drama of great romance and sacrifice so endeared her to the state of Texas that they have erected this monument in her memory at Fort Davis in Jefferson Davis County. The plaque tells her story. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the old ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country.
The turn of the century saw the last of the great American gold strike. But for everyone who struck it rich, there were thousands who drifted along with the crowd. Some, like Billy Benson, lived on hope and handouts. And some, like Desert Annie, had a gift that earned her a stake anywhere. For Desert Annie was the best cook in all that land, from the Yukon to Tonopah. Many a man would have liked to marry Annie, but her stubborn heart was set on one. I call this story Man on the Run. It was long about 1905 that Billy Benson found a job entirely to his liking, sitting on a fraction claim in Goldfield, Nevada. Or maybe sitting isn't exactly the word.
Billy! Billy Benson! Come on down here and give me a helping hand.
Dang women. Ain't no place safe from them.
I managed to finagle a chicken, so I fried it up and brung it out to you for lunch.
Well, now, that was mighty nice of you, Desert Annie.
Billy!
Oh, excuse me.
I figured a good meal would ease the blow.
What blow?
Well, I knew a conscientious gentleman like you would be hard hit, considering you already owe me 3 months' room and board.
Annie, what are you talking about?
You're out of a job.
Out of a job? Why, Jim Peel just hired me yesterday.
Today, there was a slight argument as to who owns this claim. Jim lost. They're over in the graveyard now burying him.
Poor Jim.
Don't look like you'll have anything to pay me now.
You know I'll pay it when I get it. Ain't like we were strangers. Why, we're old friends.
A woman who runs a boarding house has thousands of friends, and all of them hungry. Of course, if we was more than friends, you wouldn't owe me anything at all. I always say, there's nothing too good for a husband.
Well, it looks like there's just one thing for me to do.
What's that?
Get busy and find another job.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Tim. Get going.
Well, looks like you're leaving town.
I'm dead.
Well, I thought I'd go over towards Greenwater. Been hearing rumors of copper over there the last couple of days.
Greenwater, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like you got an extra hat back there on the barrel. You better put it somewhere so it won't blow away.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to watch that. Keep blowing around in the wagon. Well, I guess I better be going along. Got a long, hot ride ahead of me. Get up!
Greenwater, huh?
How do you do, sir? Your fair city of Greenwater looks like a real nice place, but the fellow can be as thirsty here as in any other town.
Thirstier. There's no water for 25 miles.
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking of water. Now, let me be frank with you.
You haven't got the price of a drink.
You guessed it. Do you know of any place where a fellow might make an honest dollar?
No, Say, wait a minute. There's a newspaper outfit arrived in town today. The proprietor's name is John Tully. Fixing on open a place a couple of doors down the street. Maybe he'd give you a job, that is, if you know anything about a newspaper.
I've read them all. What more do I need to know? How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Are you Mr. Tully?
That's right.
My name is Benson. I hear you're looking for a newspaper man.
Yes, I am. Well, what experience have you had, Benson?
Mr. Tully, I can honestly say I'm familiar with all types of newspaper writing from the Yukon to Tonopah.
I wasn't thinking of writing. I handle that myself. What I need is a man who can set type. Lost my compositor on the trip over. He got kicked by a mule. Have you had any experience setting type?
Yes, sir, I have. One time when I was associated with the Esmeralda News, the typesetting fellow went out to stake a claim and set up a camp in a nest of rattlesnakes. I pinch hit it on the type till they got another man.
Well, that's more experience than anyone else in this town has had, so I guess I'll have to settle for it. I can pay you $15 a week to start with.
Mr. Tully, you got yourself a deal.
Good.
My friend, you are now looking at a member of the press.
No fooling.
So I've been thinking the staff of the Greenwater Times should rate credit at this establishment.
I think it might be arranged.
I think I'm going to like this town.
Set 'em up for everybody, Tom. I've made a strike. Got copper by the bushel.
Now I know I'm going to like this town.
Benson! Tommy! What in blazes is taking you so long?
Here it is, all finished.
The slowest compositor in 88 counties. Great suffering catfish. Look at that headline.
What's the matter with it?
Body of water found with bullet in head.
What's it supposed to be?
Waiter, of course. Body of waiter.
Oh, I guess I made a mistake. Body of water.
I don't know why I bothered to put out a paper. By the time you get through with the news, there isn't a paragraph in it that makes sense.
Well, maybe I could do better if I wasn't so weak.
Weak? What are you weak from?
Hunger. I'm getting so dizzy I can hardly read the type. Now, if you could see your way clear to pay me a little...
Pay? You ought to be paying me on account of your ruining my paper.
Howdy, Billy.
Hi, Tim.
Say, you don't look so good.
I ain't good.
What's the matter?
I'm starving to death.
Yeah, well, I got good news for you. From now on, you'll be eating like a king.
How do you figure that?
Friend of yours in town.
Oh, no.
Desert Annie has moved to Greenwater, set up a boarding house, and from now on, you'll never know another hungry day.
That's what you think.
What, do you mean to tell me you'd turn your back on flapjacks for breakfast and beefsteak pie?
When there's a ball and chain attached, brother, you said it. Billy Benson just ain't that hungry. One measly little can, 2 days till payday. Billy, my boy, you've hit bottom this time.
Is it too late to put an advertisement in the paper?
Annie!
Now, don't act so surprised. You knew I was in town. What on earth are you doing with that can of sardines?
Well, I'm opening it for the cat. What else would I be doing with it?
Well, does the cat eat bread, too?
It may seem strange to you, but she just happens to like it, dipped in sardine juice.
Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you feed her? Don't torment the poor animal. She looks like she's starving.
She's not the only one.
Well, go on. Give it to her. Well, Billy, what's the matter? You look like you're going to fall flat on your face. Why, I bet you haven't had a decent meal in a week.
When a man like me gets too busy, he can't be bothered thinking about food.
Well, and he shouldn't have to. That's what a woman's for, to take care of him. Now, I have room for just one more in my boarding house. I was going to put an ad in the paper, but now I see my duty plain. Billy Benson, I'm taking you home with me.
Oh, no, you don't, Annie. Not with the money I owe you. I can't afford to dough you anymore. I can't.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. After you've eaten 2 or 3 platefuls of roast beef and potatoes and washed it down with all the coffee you can drink, you can top it off with hot apple pie.
How does it feel to be the star boarder, Benson? Special hours, special food? Hot cakes and ham and eggs. That's not what I had for breakfast.
A newspaper man don't have much choice about his hours, so I eat whatever they put before me.
You know, it's a funny thing. You and I have been boarding here about a month now, but I ain't had no such fancy grub set before me. How do you manage it, Benson? By sweet-talking the landlady?
I never sweet-talked no woman in my life.
I wouldn't blame you for trying. I'll bet Desert Annie's got quite a neat little pile stashed away, huh?
I wouldn't know. But I reckon if she has, she earned it waiting on logheads like you.
Billy, come in here a minute. I want to talk to you.
I'm in a big hurry, Annie.
Well, land sakes, you can come in a minute. I hear you've been made a high up on the newspaper.
Yep. Now that Greenwater's getting to be such a big camp, the miners and their families pouring in every day, Tully's asked me to help him with the reporting. So adding that to setting the type, I'm a pretty busy man. And I better be getting back to work.
Wait a minute, Billy. You and me have been friends for a long time, haven't we? And I done lots of favors for you when you was up against it.
Well, sure, Annie, sure.
Well, you can do one for me now that you're a big mucky muck. Our new women's club is having their first big shindig tonight. It's a benefit for the schoolhouse. And I want you to give us a real nice write-up in the newspaper.
Annie, I can't write up no woman stuff, and you know it.
You mean you refuse? And after all I've done for you? And you 4 months behind and you're bored.
You know I'd do anything I could, but Annie, holy gosh.
Well, right then, you can just take me to the benefit tonight and write about it afterwards.
Take you?
Well, you wouldn't want me to go alone, would you? And have all them married women lording it over me with their men?
But Annie, I never meant to...
Oh, Billy, I'll be a real credit to you. Look at this. It's the loveliest dress I've ever had in my life. And I made it just so you could be proud of me.
So I could... What time does the shindig start?
7:30.
Well, all right. But make sure you're ready. Billy Benson don't wait around for no woman. me a quick one, Tom, and put a lot of courage in it.
That'll put iron in your spine.
Brother, do I need it tonight?
Have another on me, Benson.
Nope. Got places to go.
What's your hurry? A couple of more make you twice as brave. Isn't that right, Tom?
It sure is. Well, now, maybe you're right.
Fill her up. My friends, you've got me in a good mood. Tonight I'll buy all the courage you can drink. Fill her up again, Tom.
That no good betrayer. Everything will be over and nobody will ever see my lovely dress. Why, Duke Heisler, what are you doing here?
I come to take you to the benefit, Miss Annie. That is, if you do me the honor.
Something's happened to Billy.
Got himself stewed to the gills.
So that's it.
He's been tanking up all evening and bragging about how he was standing you up.
What?
Made my blood boil till I was fair ready to wallop him. But I figured it'd be more to the point if I came to the rescue of the lady in distress.
Well, Annie Parker ain't in no distress over no man, least of all Billy Benson.
Guess I'm a little late, Annie.
After what you've done, you have the gall to come here and face me?
I'm terrible sorry, Annie. I just stopped for a glass.
Mr. Heisler, take me out of here before I do something violent.
With pleasure, Annie.
Heisler? Why, he's
The gentleman who came to my rescue when I was stood up by a heel.
Annie, wait a minute. Don't be mad, Annie. I'll make it up to you.
That's the worst thing I've ever had in all
It's
my
an
life.
outrageous insult. The man should be horsewhipped.
Horsewhipping's too good for him. I say he should be hung.
Tally,
Yes.
did you write this piece about the Women's Club benefit?
I did not. It was put in without my knowledge or consent.
Well, who wrote it then?
Billy Benson.
I told you so.
Where is he?
Back there in the press room.
Benson, come out here. We got business with you.
We better have him out here, too.
Hello, fellas. What's all the excitement about?
You wrote this piece about the Women's Club, didn't you?
Sure I did, but
That's good enough for me.
No, wait, you don't understand.
Tell it to the judge.
You can have your say when we get you. Wait a minute, fellas, I can explain the whole thing.
Order in the court. The trial of Billy Benson will now begin.
But you have to appoint a prosecutor, Judge.
Well, then I'll appoint you, Pat Kelly.
Now, hold on now. Billy's got to have a lawyer.
I'll defend myself. I demand to know what crime I'm accused of.
Benson, you're accused of writing and printing in the paper a piece that is damaging to the good character of the women of Greenwater.
I never did any such thing. I'm not guilty. Now I know I'm not guilty.
Order! Looks like it's time for you to start prosecuting, Pat.
Tally, come up here. I'll be reading you to read the evidence. Now, the accused, William Benson, has already admitted that he wrote this dastardly pile of insults about the women of Greenwater.
I never wrote any insults about any woman.
We'll let the judge decide that.
Sit down, Billy.
Kelly, read the notice aloud.
Mrs. Bill Strong poured in an extremely décolleté gown of black Chantilly lace, which enhanced the lights in her red hair and peach-like complexion.
It's a lie. My wife never wore no gown she was poured in. She wears her clothes respectable.
And I never dyed my hair red nor wore no peach paint on my face, neither.
Miss Annie Parker was to be found behind the piano in an empire frock, surmounted by a pancake Malene hat.
Billy Benson, you know I wasn't found behind no piano. I ain't never been drunk in my life.
But Go on. The ladies of the choral group were a little decayed, but the audience was greatly entertained by their wilting voices.
It's an outrage. They looked real nice and their voices were beautiful.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Judge, before this goes any farther, I gotta have a chance to speak.
I reckon it's time you had a say, Benson. Go ahead.
The fact is, I lied when I said I wrote that piece.
If you didn't do it, who did?
I don't know, but I copied it word for word out of a San Francisco newspaper. Tom Cahill can tell you that's true.
That's right, Judge. Billy was at my bar feeling real low down, because he promised to write a piece for a lady friend he admires very much. Then he come across that very piece in the San Francisco paper. I know, because he tore it out and showed it to me.
All I did was take out the names of them San Francisco society ladies and put in the names of the ladies of Greenwater instead.
I don't believe it.
They wouldn't write insults about them high-up women in any paper, saying their singers was decayed and their voices was wilting.
I reckon what they said was the singers was delayed and their voices was lilting. But I guess I made a few mistakes in the printing.
I happen to know them mistakes was deliberate. Put in there for the purpose of insulting the good women of Greenwater.
That's a lie.
How do you know that, Heisler?
He told me so himself.
He's lying, Judge.
It was yesterday morning, Judge. He was sitting in the dining room over a plate full of hotcakes and ham, fixed for him by that fine lady, Desert Annie Parker. And while he was sitting there, eating what she so kindly fixed for him, he was telling me he despised women. That man, Benson, is a woman hater. And he planned every one of them mistakes. I tell you, he was deliberately insulting your women folk and trying to besmirch your good names.
Order in the court! Order in the court!
Let him give us your verdict, Judge, or we'll have him strung up before he hears it.
Now, wait a minute! Order in the court! Quiet, everybody, quiet! Now, you can't hang him until after I give my verdict. It's illegal. As duly elected judge of this court, I now pronounce the prisoner, Bill Benson.
Wait, Judge, don't say it. You can't give your verdict until you hear from me. I have some important evidence.
Well, what evidence have you got, Annie?
Well, there's lots of things that have been said here today that are true. Billy Benson did put that story in the paper and did put in those insulting mistakes. But it's a downright lie to say he did it on purpose because he's a woman hater. Billy Benson is no woman hater, and I'm the one who knows it. He put that piece in the paper as a special favor to me, on account of I'm the woman he's gonna marry.
Billy Benson, stand up. Is this true, Benson? You planning to marry Annie?
Any man that has a chance with a woman like her would be a fool not to take it. Scott, if you was a real judge, I'd ask you to tie the knot right now.
Well, I wish I could. There's one thing I can do, and that's to give my verdict. I now pronounce Bill Benson to be not guilty.
Thanks a lot.
Well, Billy Benson was found not guilty, but he got a life sentence anyway. He married Annie Parker. Funny part of it is, he discovered that the job he'd been running away from for years fit like a glove, being the man around the house.
And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. This is the story of one of the most fabulous women in history, whose star blazed across 3 continents, and for a brief time shone over this house in Grass Valley, California. Lola Montez.
Lola Montez, of course, is my stage name. I was born in Limerick, Ireland in the year, why not admit it, I've always been indiscreet, the year 1818. My father was an Irish army officer. My mother of Spanish descent. They christened me Maria Dolores Elisa Rosanna Gilbert, Lola for short. My early childhood was spent in India. Then, when I was 18, my mother joined me in England, where I had been sent to school. I was to make my debut. So she told me.
Come in. Lieutenant James.
Your mother asked me to go to the dressmakers and pick these up.
I don't want them. Throw them in the grate.
But, Miss Gilbert, the gown's for your debut.
Debut? That was just a lie to keep me from suspecting. This is my trousseau. My mother has promised me in marriage to a horrible old man in India, Sir Abram Lumley.
The prominent judge? But he's over 60 and has the gout.
And bags of money. I'd rather die than marry him. I won't marry him. Oh, Lieutenant James, how am I ever going to escape?
Marry me.
What?
Lola, I adore you. You're the most beautiful, the most fascinating creature on earth.
We'll elope. Tonight.
Lola.
A few days later, I became Mrs. Thomas James. But runaway marriages, like runaway horses, are almost sure to end in a smash-up. So I went to Spain to study to be a dancer. Then I returned to England. My first appearance was in Her Majesty's Theater.
By Jove, it's Betty James, an Irish girl. We've been royally swindled. Swindled, by Jove! Swindled!
In a single night, because of a young rake whom I'd once repulsed, my career in London was ended, and I fled to the continent to dance. It was in Dresden that I met Franz Liszt, then at the height of his fame. He came to my dressing room after the performance.
You were glorious, Donna Lola. Such grace, such beauty, like a tigress.
Beware, Senor Liszt. Tigers can be dangerous.
If you knew what a relief to meet a woman of vitality after all the sentimental creatures that languish around me.
You are the first man I've ever met with a soul.
A soul which must remain free.
Why do you tell me that?
To warn you. to remind myself that there can be only one real love in my life, my music.
Play for me, Senor Liszt.
I play only when I choose. The Queen of your native Spain once commanded me, and I refused.
I ask you, as a gracious favor, play for me, Franz. Franz was right. He could not long remain fettered. There followed a year in Paris. Alexander Dumas, Victor Hugo. Then I returned to Germany, where at that time there were some 36 ruling princes. I had made up my mind to land one, but what I landed was something much bigger. King Ludwig I of Bavaria saw me dance at the Munich Opera House, was bewitched.
Beautiful. To the new Countess of Lensfeld.
Ludwig, you're overwhelmingly kind. A palace of my very own, a handsome annuity, and now a title.
I would make you queen if I could. Your presence here has changed everything.
Including your cabinet.
It was high time those reactionaries were dismissed. Now the new ministry is instated, which would go along with our plans. The Lola ministry. That's what the newspapers call it.
The papers say harsh things about you, Ludwig.
I care not.
And the church?
I told the Archbishop the other day publicly when he upbraided me. Bishop, I said, you stick to your Stola and leave me my Lola. But no matter what anyone says, if it cost me my kingdom, I will never give you up. Never. I was in the autumn of my life before it came. But once I met you, Liebchen, I know spring again.
Ludwig. But the king, for all his protests, was not strong enough to resist the rising tide of opposition. A revolution broke out.
Countess.
Count Richburg, may I offer you some champagne?
I come from the king.
Yes?
He has just met with his cabinet and signed this decree.
Defying the revolutionists?
Ordering your banishment from Bavaria.
I don't believe it. So, it is true. He's finally capitulated to the demands of the reactionaries.
It was the only way he could keep his throne.
After all the solemn pledges he made to me.
The king is no longer young, madam. He craves peace.
He'll find it. In exile. Oh, don't think for a moment that by banishing me, he will save his crown. In the end, he will lose both. I must be out of Munich by nightfall. As I predicted, A few weeks later, the king was forced to abdicate his throne. I never saw or heard from the king again, but at least I have my jewels and my title. Disillusioned, I set sail for America. The California gold rush was at its height. On the voyage up the Pacific coast, I became acquainted with the editor of a San Francisco newspaper, Mr. Patrick Hull. That's a very funny story, Mr. Hull. You're the most amusing raconteur I've ever met.
Patrick, please. Just plain Patrick.
My father was Irish.
Well, where'd you get the name of Montez?
Just took it as I have taken anything I wanted.
And what is the next thing you plan to take?
California, of course. By storm.
That's where you're mistaken. The first thing you're going to take is the hand of Patrick Hull in marriage, just as soon as we land in San Francisco.
You're out of your mind.
With love, yes. Why, I'm even jealous of the stars in the ocean when you turn your gaze on them. Lola, say you'll marry me.
I do not bring men luck, Patrick.
Well, I'm not asking for that. I'm asking just for you. To have you with me for the rest of my life.
You could make me laugh with your amusing stories.
Every day.
Perhaps that's as good a reason as any for marriage. Yes, Patrick. I'll be happy to be your wife.
Lola.
We were married just 3 days ago in a sweet little church. I carried these violets and roses, and the organ played The Voice That Breathed O'er Eden. Patrick wanted to live in San Francisco, but I was sick unto death of big cities. I yearned for mountains and pine trees, a cottage with a garden. So we settled here in the gold camp of Grass Valley. Baron, how nice of you to come.
Madame, may I present Monsieur Jean Hugo, Mrs. Hull.
How do you do?
An honor. I have often heard my uncle speak of you as Lola Montez.
You are a nephew of Victor Hugo?
His favorite Hugo nephew.
He was one of my dearest friends, back in my Paris days. But what are you doing here in Grass Valley?
Digging gold like everyone else.
How extraordinary.
Not as astonishing as to find you here. I could scarcely believe it when the Baron told me.
I am married now, you know, to an American. You must meet my husband. Ah, there he is. Excuse me, I'll bring him over. Is this a nice way for a host to behave? Sulking with a drink?
Host? No one even knows or cares whether I'm here. All they have eyes for is you.
Well, naturally. Patrick, whom do you think I've just met? The nephew of my beloved Victor Hugo.
So he trailed you here, too?
Too?
Just like this Baron von Adler.
Don't be ridiculous, Patrick. I've never seen either of these men until we came to Grass Valley.
It's quite a coincidence that they should both turn up from out of your past.
Can I help it if the men in Grass Valley flock to our home?
You might as well live in San Francisco. And I, much better. At least I could run my business there.
We've been over all that before, Patrick.
But what have I got to keep me here? Nothing.
Except your wife.
I'm making a business trip tomorrow. You're coming with me.
Tomorrow? I'm sorry, Patrick. I've made other plans.
With whom? As your husband, I have a right to know.
You take care of your affairs, Patrick. I'll take care of mine.
She-devil.
I did not realize the bear had a cub until after I shot. Then when I saw this little rascal, I said to myself, it should be a pet for Lola.
Oh, Baron, how sweet of you to think of me.
I think of you a great deal, Lola.
What do you feed him?
Berries.
I shall tame him and teach him tricks. and walk him around town on a golden chain. Oh, Baron, how can I ever thank you?
By coming with me tomorrow, hunting.
Tomorrow? It'll be fun. And Patrick will be away for a few days yet.
I hate to disappoint you, my dear wife.
Patrick, I didn't expect you home so soon.
Obviously.
I trust you had a pleasant trip.
What is that?
I think that is obvious too, my dear husband. The Baron gave it to me. I shall tame him.
So, you've taken to four-footed game now. What's the matter? Tired of bringing men to heel?
You've been drinking, Patrick.
Take it out of here. I don't want it on the place.
It is quite harmless.
I don't want you here either.
Excuse me. I resent your attitude, Patrick. The Baron happens to be my friend.
Like all the other men in your past?
How dare you, you Irish bum!
You're a fine one to talk, you cheap adventuress.
I hate you! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
You were right. You bring nothing but misfortune to those poor devils that fall in love with you and your damnable beauty.
And don't come back!
God have pity on you, Baron.
Lola.
That beast deliberately trying to break my heart.
Fear not, Liebchen. I'm here to pick up the pieces and put them together again.
Baron.
Hello.
Jean.
The minister should see you now, on your knees beside your roses.
Yes, they are beautiful, aren't they? This pink one. What minister?
But Reverend Wilson, he would no longer describe you as a wanton hussy.
Is that what he's been saying?
Well, it is only your dress that he refers to. The costumes in which you dance.
How does he know what I wear? He's never seen me dance.
Of course. That is why he's so stupid.
He shall see. I shall go to his house and give him an exhibition.
Lola.
At once! Reverend Wilson?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
That's what I came here to ask you. Is there anything wrong with the cut of my dress? It is no lower than the evening gown worn by any lady of fashion.
Well, I,
The skirt? Yes. It reveals my ankles. Is there anything wrong with my ankles?
Madam, when you dance, I understand it is not only your ankles, but...
But my legs, as you shall see. I did my famous spider dance for him, and I lifted my skirts higher and higher.
Lola, there is something I...
You should have seen the look on his face. It was ludicrous.
Lola, please.
You're not amused. The Baron will be. He'll roar with laughter when he hears the story.
Lola, will you listen? I'm trying to tell you. Word came just a few moments ago. The Baron is dead.
Dead? How can he be dead?
He was shot while hunting in the mountains. His gun went off accidentally.
No. It was not an accident. It was the price he paid for loving me.
Lola.
Jean, please.
But you are all alone. What will you do?
I still have my career. I'll go back to the stage and dance. I'll start this very night. Lola Montez dances again, but there will be plenty of seats available at any future performances if she has the courage to attempt them. It's vicious, it's libelous, it's an insult, and he shall pay for it. He shall pay now. Mr. Shipley,
Yes?
you are the author of this attack on me.
Well, that's not an attack, Miss Montez. That's a review.
You think I'm not a great dancer.
In my opinion, no.
And what is your opinion worth? A miserable provincial backwoods editor.
Formerly of New York.
You have the temerity to criticize Lola Montez, who has appeared before the crowned heads in the capitals of Europe.
I merely report what I see.
Have you ever danced yourself?
No.
Very well. You shall dance now. Dance! 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 You wish to dance too. Dance! You laugh. You come to my house, drink my wine, and you laugh. Very well, you shall dance. You shall all dance. Dance! 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 My curses upon you! Dance! Dance! Now, in truth, I have nothing. Nobody. I cannot stay here in Grass Valley or in California any longer. But where can I go? To whom can I turn? In God's name, to whom? No.
Why not? What have I to live for?
Others.
There's no one who cares.
That's what I thought. But there is someone.
Look, don't try to have your mealy-mouthed preaching on me. What do you, a fine lady, know about the likes of us? Fallen women.
I've fallen myself. Probably farther than the rest of you. Because I got up higher. Oh, I was ambitious. I wanted everything and I got it. Money, power, a title, the love and admiration of men, even a king.
A king? Are you stuffing me? What happened?
What's bound to happen when you seek only the things of this world and the flesh and forget that you have a soul.
What are you doing here?
Trying to help others.
Why?
Because I've been through the dark waters myself.
You win, sister.
The last years of her life, Lola spent working in the Magdalene Rescue Mission for outcast women. And she left what little remained of her fortune to it when she died. In Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, is this obscure headstone which reads simply, Mrs. Eliza Gilbert. There rests in peace the woman who knew the heights and the depths, the incomparable Lola Montez.
আমারে সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না কি কইতেছেন আপনি কি কইতেছেন
গায়ে হাত দিছেন কেন
গায়ে দিও এ বড় গায়ে দিলে কি করবে একদম
তুই করতেছিস তুই করতেছিস তুই গায়ে তুই আমি আজকে শেষ কর তুই টাকা দে আমার টাকা দে
ওরে আজকে বই
রে কোন রাস্তার মধ্যে আইছেন ভাই এই এই আপনি কারে করছেন হ্যাঁ
আরে ভাই আপনারে কই নাই আমার কল দিছিলাম এই কল রিসিভ করতেছ না ওরে কইছি
আমারে কন্নে মানে এই আপনি নামেন তো নামেন আমি যাব না আপনি কি কইতেছেন হ্যাঁ
আপনি যাইবেন না কেন
না আমি যাব না আপনি আপনি নামেন আমার টাকা দেন আমি জায়গা
দেমু না টাকা আমারে না নিয়ে গেলে আমি ভাড়া দেমু না
আরে আপনি কখন থেকে এই অলি করতেছেন আপনার আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না একদমই সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না আপনি টাকা দেন আমি জায়গা
আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না কি কইতেছেন আপনি কি কইতেছেন
গায়ে হাত দিছেন কেন
গায়ে দিও এ বড় গায়ে দিলে কি করবে একদম
করতেছেন তুই গায়ে তুই আমি আজকে শেষ কর তুই টাকা দে আমার টাকা দে
ওরে আজকে বই
মোটরসাইকেল করে নিয়ে যেতেছেন ভাই এটা আমার মালিকের মোটরসাইকেল ভাই মোটরসাইকেল নিয়ে যান না
গাড়ি থামলো কেন
স্যার একটা অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে
ভাই ভাই আমার একটু বাঁচান
স্যার
ভাই
পেটে তো ছুরি
মনে হচ্ছে চিন্তা কি
স্যার হসপিটালে নিয়ে যাব
আরে পাগল হইছো এত রাতে থানা পুলিশের ঝামেলা কে যাবে চালাও গাড়ি
স্যার কি অবস্থা মনে হয় না বাবা
ভাই যাই না ভাই ও ভাই আমার একটু হসপিটাল
thì 400 à? 400. Đây kiểm tra năng lượng này. Somos 700 rồi, rebat được một lần nữa. Ok. Lần này sẽ rebat thêm 10 anh quay qua kia anh binh. Anh sẽ là bố của qua kia. Yes. Thua hoài à? Không cội thắng à? Át một thực sự là khó đấy. Sẽ lấy một cái đồ ánh sáng đi, sẽ là cái cung xanh ánh sáng đi. Hai cái giảm hiệu hai bên nhỉ? Thôi cái để đang kéo một cái vùng đầu. Về rồi 25 chắc là nốt rồi nữa thì lên 8 vậy. Lại là cái thằng Zurich này, sao nó vẫn lên được quân ấy bài nhỉ? Đưa con Zurich bài ở dài rồi nó còn Nautilus nữa, mình cầm tận 4 con Nautilus rồi chúng nó vẫn còn à. Ê xong ý làm mày không ba đó, thua không? Thua à. Ok rồi đi rồi, top mấy đây, chưa đi, sắp đi. Anh đi xa rồi, anh không lái xe nữa, anh đắp mộ rồi, không thể là ride cạt được. Khóc U Linh à, em phải cút cút đi. Đây đi cho đỡ bị bắn vào đầu. Cày tê tại bị bắn cặp tự. ra. Ra. Ui rồi ôi. Cặp bóng may mắn cô ba. Cô ba nhưng mà ít tiền không sao? Ít tiền. Tích xong rồi bao nhiêu máu? Có 5.000 máu rồi sao? Chắc thế. Bế. Mày. Đối kia ông chết ạ. Đối kia xét bế không được. Không thiếu mấy cái cùng dao. Chậm quá. Đây đừng người nó vả. Rồi nó vả trước à? Mày. Ý thua. Đi chợ nhặt xem một cái cung đi. Sợ nhặt một cái cung đi. Anh cũng sắp không đi rồi, anh sẽ được đi chợ trước. Ai cũng đau rồi à? Đợt số cả mày đi anh chỉ lắm. Đừng nhặt nhầm đồ. Xong. Có đủ đồ này. Chả có nằm gì đấy, có ấn gì cả? Ấn gì ấy? Ấn thần thoại, ấn sử ra. Trồn nó. Trồn khó. 400 củ đấy. Vì có phải nữa là 531 củ. Tiền perfect. Perfect. Mipicốt 416 lap. Qua 400 lap rồi. Rồi. Pháp rồi xong này. Đi lao, và này còn đồ đéo nữa. Còn nào đam phép không? Sát thương phép này. Sát 500 sát thương phép này. Con này full sát thương phép này. Ok. Nào đéo còn gì. Còn một cái kiếm có đồ còn đéo. Ok, xong. Thì với ai đây? Ba cái thằng kia. Bạn kia có lắc thì sự láo đấy. Bạn kia có lắc thì đéo hiểu ấy. 500 củ là thiếu 30 triệu đó. Thiếu 26 triệu. Mốt nữa thì sẽ được là đủ tiền để stream bớt hơn nữa. Lên 6.6 rồi. 6.4 nhỉ? Cái mất rồi. Nhưng mà là tầm 6 chấm hơn. Yes. Mày A2 nữa là xong. A2 nữa là xong game. Ui rê. Hỏng đấy. Ui tí cút đánh bóng ạ. Bóng thằng nào ấy? Hộ cái đê. Thằng bốc lửa. Gì tí thua. Chi mình cầm bóng nó tí cút. Cho thêm máu à 19 thì làm chi là mình phải thắng hoặc mình cút một trong hai thằng này. Được. Vẫn đéo đủ. Đéo ra át này. Thằng này cầm 2 con át. Thằng này không cầm áp nào. Nó bốc lửa đeo giết nó rồi. Nó 5 máu rồi, bây giờ thì 15. Nó muốn chết thì chết. Cái thằng quay con lắc 3 bắn phát cho gần con át 100 cút. Nó cầm át rồi nhưng mà nếu thằng át nhở cũng mất 4 con mà. Không tỏ một bắn lỏ lắm. Để bảo mà một bắn lỏ nhất còn CC. Bị hất tung nữa trốn. Còn lắp bắn số phát chết át thì mày qua là bắn nhóc kia chưa? Mày đi 4 thắng gì? Đây rồi đến được giao dòng rồi. Kiếm đồ tanh. Tụ cao vậy thôi 130 quay thì xuống. Rồi xong nhiệm vụ đây. Cút thật này. Thầy khóa lại. Mày nhờn. Good landing. Chuẩn không? Chuẩn 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 không? Chuẩn và chỉ. Binh và chi, linh và linh. Binh chi linh. Hỗ trợ để cho cút. Khảm bảo thạch à? Khổng lồ tí hoan. What the hell? Thế đi. Cứ thế đi. Ô, what the hell? Cái gì đây? Trốn đâu? Không đeo lối được. Ok. Trốn bro. Không chưa có đồ rồi. Anh xin ra mà trốn tàu. Mấy chấm là xin ra 51 à, còn 9 phút nữa thanh xong chỉ cần là đeo ấy. Bình. Mèo 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 bay lên cao như con cao. Bay lên cao như con cao. Ui khỏe thế, bài mấy này khỏe điết. Chịu rồi, tao đi Lê Cô nhảy lên nhớ mà đánh. 74 máu à, xin ra rồi, sự là binh chi và linh ấy. Ô cái gì đấy? Ấn thuật sĩ à? Tam hợp là Arcane. Rồi không ai tranh bài. Hay cút. Cút ngay. Rồi xong. Thread 2 à? Asia lắp ấn định mệnh, găng tay, gang bảo thạch với cả một cái sojin là xong rồi. Giờ thêm đồ cho Syndra này, Syndra rồi. Là thiếu đồ Syndra mới là vấn đề chứ. Đi chợ nhặt thôi, đi chợ giờ sẽ cần gì trước, giờ mình sẽ cần một cái cung hoặc là một cái mũ phù thủy ngay lập tức. À thằng đánh bộ khởi đầu à? Cũng ghê. Mai thắng. Sau 5 giây thì mai thắng. 453 củ mà anh chưa đủ tiền, anh thiếu cận 250 củ nữa. 254 củ. Sợ đất và đồ đấy. Nhặt thêm chi chút năng lượng cho binh. Mà lên cao như con cao. Wow. Cút rồi. Ui xin ra. Nhưng mà lại là một cái đai máu. Rồi mất cái cung thôi lấy xin ra. Đây một con xin ra thứ hai. Thôi kệ đi, bây giờ là Pandora lõi sau. Vua rồi. Chắc thế. Còn đồ cho on nhở. Đéo đánh on nữa, đánh thằng Red 3 đấy. Nhưng mà on nhảy đồ. Nào kẹt thôi. Quên mất. I'm sorry bro. Ra là một cái quỷ thư. Bây giờ lắc lại một chơi à? 2 Cinderella. Giờ sẽ phải lên 6 lên 7 nha. Wow. Trôn không thấy. Trôn nhỉ? Trôn điết. Là ông à? Không ai để tranh bài. Bình. Rồi cái đánh thần rừng thần thoại vậy. Trôn tao. Thần tài à? Mấy thần tài cơ? Một thằng này, một thần mà một ấn đấy mà. Mà đánh khỏe bài trôi tao. Mấy thần tài đánh bài khỏe vậy. What the hell? Không có thăng hoa chắc cút. Chịu rồi. Biết đấy, biết đép mà. Kinh khủng ấy. Sắp với 305 mà vẫn còn tận 48 máu. Sự anh hay sự kinh khủng đép ấy. Có mấy vàng cho 5 vàng cũng đuổi. Rồi xong. Cái gì cơ? Ở nhà thế lắp cái này cho thằng Red bình. Bay Kun Sakasi Ichigai Bay ô bay đều bay bay không bay không không rồi rồi bao nhiêu phút đây 003835 không mất tích chia núp quay không biết không hiểu núp vậy con tàu ê cái con hỏi chấm mà mấy con bằng tiền là hỏi chấm hết chẳng biết là bao nhiêu củ quay tài là đúng đó mới được và thầy ơi đi như vậy đây đủ đắt làm sao vậy chôn tao mày chôn tao mày thích làm hỏng cho mình không lợn này xiềng vang gói trang bị đặt tác sọc để quyết định cuộc chơi tính Timor đánh con bài Timor búp xịt Timor quá cay xa nhá nhưng có ấn độ được để dành Timor sâu xăm được ai à ngon rồi này ghép được đỡ đau rồi tay bên tay xa đau hai là đau ba là đau nữa ba là đau hai cái lực cũng vậy nhiều toán chỉ cái bài chia gai nước này để cho tự bay có mũi nhỉ what the hell chuồn ra cút hết có lẽ nào em vội quên đi và có lẽ nào 500 củ ấy 614 củ à thế mình kiếm 100 củ nữa sự là có nổi không ôi à không rồi anh đã ấn vội rồi có lẽ 62 triệu 62 triệu rồi cũng một lần quay gần 100 củ ấy 100 củ không? Mình quay được 400 lap à? Được 400 lap phải được 100 củ được cùng 4 nào Vương miện định mệnh rồi xong biết đánh mày gì rồi đánh mày gì rồi biết đánh mày gì rồi để nhặt bài à có lẽ nào em vội quên đi và có lẽ nào quên đi có lẽ nào anh trong tâm trí em ôi dạ cho cái này à đọc rồi nè xong đi vua tối ưu Aria bán này mèo 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 này mà phải đét không đẹp 598 củ chưa đủ, chưa phải là tất cả. Mấy thằng ấy ra quát lipet ở cái map 2 này sử có đéo này. Trốn. Cái pet này yếu như lợn. Anh khinh. Yes, khinh. B-I-T-C-S. Big. Ai à, Torres. Xì. Đây là sao Torres? Xì. Ra Torres rồi, xì. Xì guys. Xì. Good. Xì ra Torres à? Chưa. Ok. Lần nào cũng phải lắp cái danh Gasol. Big IC Basikia. Ủa, Sơn bố Hiếu béo đang playing Space War. Cái gì vậy? Ôi dồi, nháy phát 2 lần. Chuẩn không vậy chóm. Chuẩn đét cho thôi. Chuẩn và đét như phi công vậy. Ok, bay tiếp, bay cao. Thu hay sao nhỉ? Thu hay sao ấy? Thôi. Thằng Zena bắn đau lắm, Zena 2 đồ rồi. Chịu. Zena Sojin mấy cả cuồng đau đấy hiểu. Vội vậy chồng. 6.8 à? Vậy sẽ
আচ্ছা আপনি ওই দিন আপনার আম্মার সামনে আমার লগে এরকম ব্যবহার করছেন কেন?
আমার ইচ্ছে হয়েছে আমি করছি, আর আমার পিছে ঘুরে লাভ নেই।
কেন? আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি না, করবো না কেন?
বেহায়া মেয়ে রে বাবা, তোমার তো আমি ক্লিয়ার করে বলছি যে আমি তোমার বিয়ে করব না।
আরে আপনার আম্মাই তো আমার পছন্দ করছে, তো আপনি শাদি করবেন না কেন?
তাহলে তারই বিয়েটা করো।
কি কইতাছেন? আমি আপনার আম্মারে কেন শাদি করব? তো আপনারা শাদি করুন, আর আপনি যদি আমার শাদি না করছেন তাহলে কয়ে দিলাম ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম আমার হাতে লিখুন।
তোমার যা ইচ্ছা তুমি তাই করো, আমি একদমই ভয় পাই না। আগের বার মাইনে নিছি, খেলা ছিল দেখা, এটা খেলা না, এটা আমার জীবন। আমি জীবন নিয়ে ছেলে খেলা করতে পারবো না।
আমি হাঁচা কইতেছি, আমি কিন্তু ব্লেড দিয়ে
হাতে পায়ে গলায় মুখে সব জায়গায় যেখানে ইচ্ছা সেখানে লেখো, ইংরেজি বাংলা ফার্সি যেটাতে পারো সেটাতেই লেখো, আমার কিচ্ছু যায় আসে না।
আপনার আমি শেষবারের মতো কইতেছি, আপনার আর বেশি সময় দিব না, শুধুমাত্র 12 ঘন্টা সময় দিলাম। এই 12 ঘন্টার মধ্যে আপনি আপনার মত বদলাইবেন, নাহলে কইলাম আমি হাঁচায় ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম লিখে ফেলাম, আমার কেউ আটকাইতে পারবো না।
আরামসে তুমি সিগারেট টানো, বুঝে নাই শান্তিতে, আর ওদিক দিয়ে কাম সারছে।
আরে শুনোস না, ওই মেয়ে তো ডেঞ্জারাস একটা ঘটনা ঘটায় ফেলছে, ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কাটছে। এখন কি গো মামা?
ওই মেয়েটা
বস কি মামা? হাত
কেন? ওই মেয়ের তোর কোনো কথা হয়েছিল?
কালকে রাত্রেবেলা বাসার সামনে এসে দাঁড়াইছিল, আমার 12 ঘন্টার আলটিমেটাম দিছে।
এই কিসের আলটিমেটাম দিছে রে? হ্যাঁ,
আরে ওই বিয়াতে রাজি না হইলে কি জানি।
এই কথা তুই আগে কবি না?
আরে আমি কি বুঝছি নাকি?
আরে না বাবার কি আছে, বুঝোস না, মেয়েটা তো ডেঞ্জারাস। এখন যদি কিছু হয়ে যায় মামা, আমাকে তো পুলিশে ধরে নিয়ে যাবে।
আমি কি করছি?
ও আমি কি করছি কিছু জানো না? ওই বেটা আইনার মারপে জানো, জীবনে তো থানায় তুই যাস্তে জানবি কেমনে? থানায় আমি গেছি ফোন, যে কোনো হলে আত্মহত্যা প্ররোচনকারী যেই হোক না, তার নাম যদি একবার থানায় গিয়ে কয় মামা, তাহলে তার খবর আছে। এখন তুই কি করবি তুই চিন্তা করে দেখ।
কি করছে সব? এই লাইলি বাইচা আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ শুনলাম, ও তো বাইচা আছে।
কোন হসপিটাল আছে? আমি যাই একটু দেখা করে আসি।
হসপিটালে যাই দেখা করে? হসপিটাল থাকলে এতক্ষণ তুমি চৈত শিকার ভিত্তি থাকলা, বুঝো নাই? আর তুমি যাই হয়তো বাসায় আছে। এই তুই কি ওর বাসায় যাবি?
তুই যাবি মামা?
হায় রে খোদা, তুমি আইছো, আমি জানতাম তুমি আইবা। আমি লাইলে কইছি তুমি আসবা। চ্যাংরা হও আর রক্ত গরম হও, মানুষ তো, তোমার মনের ভিতরে সেই প্রেমটা আছে।
আচ্ছা আমি লাইলির সাথে একটু দেখা করবো।
লাইলির সাথে দেখা করবা?
কেমন আছো?
আছে বাবা, আসো আসো, তোমার আমি একটু দেখা করতে আসো।
এইসব কি?
প্লেট দিয়ে তোমার নাম লিখছি, বানান ঠিক আছে?
একদম ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু কি বলো বাইক না, ভালো হয়েছে না? আমি কিন্তু লাইলিতে কইছিলাম যে লাইলি ছবি তুইলা ওরা পাঠাই দে। ওই কইছে যে না, কিছু জিনিস আছে এগুলো ছবি তুলে পাঠালে সঠিকভাবে দেখা যায় না, সামনাসামনি দেখতে হয়। এর লেগে তো এতক্ষণ ধরে তোমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করতেছি।
এইসব পাগলামির কোনো মানে আছে?
আছে না, তোমার আমি শাদি করব, তুমি আমার শাদি করবা, করবা না?
এই তুমি কি আমার বলদ পাইছো? বলদ এই পাশে দাঁড়ানো লোকটার মতো।
নিলে তুমি আমার মামার নিয়ে কি করতেছো?
আমি বলবো তুমি শুনবা। মানে এই যদি তোমার হাত কাটার নমুনা হয়, হ্যাঁ আমি জানলে আমি জীবনেও আসতাম না। আর যদি হাত সত্যি সত্যি কাটতাও তাও আসতাম না, কোনো লাভই হতো না। আমি তোমারে বিয়ে করব না। তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শুধুমাত্র মজা নেওয়া যায়, বাড়ির বউ করা যায় না। তোমার মধ্যে ওই রকম কোনো এলিমেন্টই নাই।
তুমি তো বেশি বেশি করতেছো না?
এই মাঝখান দিয়ে ঢুকে গেলেন? হ্যাঁ, সাদে কি আপনার মানুষের হাবলু কয়? এর লেগে আপনার হাবলু কয়। কারণ ঢুকছেন যখন, তখন আমারে না বুঝায় আপনার এই ড্রামাবাজ ভাগ্নিরা বুঝান। আমি ওরে বিয়ে করবো না, আমি মরে গেলে ওরে বিয়ে করবো না। মানে নিজের তো কোনো মান সম্মান নাই, পরিবারের মান সম্মানটা যদি খোয়াইতে না চাও তাহলে এইসব বন্ধ করো। সবার সামনে অপমান করবো না।
থাক ভাগ্নি, তুই কষ্ট পাইস না। হয় তোরা বুঝতে পারে নাই, আর যেদিন বুঝতে পারবো ওই কান্দা বুক চাপলাইব, তখন বুঝবো যে কি জিনিস হারাইছি। তুই কান্দিস না ভাগ্নি, একদম কান্দিস না। তুই থাক, আমি আইতাছি, দেখতেছি।
Mấy cái thằng đi học gym mà tập ở trên cái máy cardio nhiều quá ấy cũng dễ bị skinny fat mà. Skinny skinny toilet fat. Cái gì cơ? Con đấy à? Con đấy à? Thôi anh bay à, anh đang đánh cờ, anh không biết bài cờ của anh như nào từ đến giờ. Anh bỏ bê quá lâu, anh có mai máu 70 máu cơ, có tỷ không? Không. Cái thầy ơi, cái này đang quay mà. Ô, con oan ở đâu ra này? Có thầy không? Thế con oan này, chuẩn bố à? Đây có con oan ở đây. Con là cút để pháp tử thần bình hơn. Đều biết rồi. Chuẩn bị làm đắc một lần nào. Thế con oan đâu ra này? Đừng có phải có người yêu lớn đâu, đầy đứa ấy yêu từ mẫu giáo. Mới lên học là cái lúc dễ có người yêu, mới lên môi trường mới, mới lên cái môi trường mới rất là hay tò mò, nhất là về chuyện tình yêu. Số công ty nhưng mà loser. Anh quay một con legendary ấy. Quay ra legendary đấy, đi chợ. Chợ. Đéo ý mà. One. Mạnh. Thầm chắc là đang build cái build chặt cá nhân hay sao ấy. Giống thế. Đây là gặp ốc treo nhìn vậy người thầy bên em rồi bây giờ đi ra xoáy, sao ra xoáy anh sống nước màu vậy. Đây loser đâu có đồ phép mà chuồn búa à. 2 láp à, sự đổi bay một đỉnh sao phi mặt đấy. 4 láp bỏ anh đang vượt được 5 láp không? 5 láp rồi. Chỉ 5 6 rồi. Giờ 56 55 rưỡi à? Sử dụng một số được đấy. Cái gì? What the hell? 1 giờ tối chưa ăn. Thằng này có thực sự healthy không vậy? Mày xem tao báo mấy giờ? Tầm 7 rưỡi. Tao bắt tầm gì? Quan điểm ở giữa rồi này. Từ từ anh ta tắt cái auto này. Thấy chưa? Xong rồi. Cũng nhiều tiền rồi, nó cho thêm tiền rồi. Mấy tiền mà phải không? Ê, gì? Ê, con này cũng có 3.600 máu này á. Cái con vàng vàng ấy. Tấm đập dựa đâu ấy, mỗi hàng đều được có 1 máu chứ đúng không? Thằng nào đều được 1 máu rồi. Một nó vội mày một nó vội đét. Tiền, thôi kìa. Xin ra này. Kêu cái dễ kiểu gì à? Nhưng mà anh cũng muốn máu rồi, anh đéo bị chết thì cũng mất. Kia này rồi. Sao đánh con này mất thời gian nhỉ? Tác dụng gì không ạ? Đánh con này đâu có tác dụng gì sao cũng ạ? Ồ, cái sầu zin à? Được. Ô, 2 con rai. Cái sầu zin này. Có thể không? Dạ vậy. Dạ vậy. What the hell? Trừ. Quen à? Áo của tao à? Cái áo OCB. Hôm qua tao mạo đấy tập. Không phải tao rủ mày gì nhưng mà mày đeo đi. Hỏi chưa? Hả? Đúng khám bao giờ anh nuôi em? Đánh con này bao giờ mới xong đấy? Thời gian gọi kiểu đánh. Vì con này mất mạng. Vẫn thua được ạ. Kéo ra xin ra 2 ạ. Xin ra 2 không đủ lên sắm rồi đó. À đây là cái sạch. Quạt tới nhau luôn quyết. Rồi xin ra tiếc thế. Tiếc thế, bài yếu điết. Được cái đéo đây. Good luck. Được cái đéo đây nhỉ. Không nhặt được cái đéo đây. Được thêm 10 vàng chút. Lúc đập xong một con em biến mất. Chôn. Người chôn đi. Nó nào thế? What the hell? Sao nhớ được cái gì mà nó cứ hiện dấu xuống thang này? Bay lại nữa đi. Hút về bay rồi bố. Hút về bay. Hút. Bay rồi. Thắng này, chiến thắng lần này vậy. Bén à. Thật sự thấy bút tốc độ cho thằng đệ tử ấy. Mày bữa ấy. Không. Và treo pet đi. Ui đánh pet xong. Gì? Vào đánh pet simulator xong. À 10 tỷ thôi anh ra quay thêm 3 quả trứng nữa sao anh về. Pin cái gì? Về được ra legendary cơ, cứ lắc. Legendary cho bố. Ra anh kiếm 100 tỷ ra anh quay đi. Vẫn là có mỗi cung à? Cung với cả Sojin à? Đẹp là Sojin. Đéo con nào ấy, nó đang gì vậy? Ra đồ rồi. Bốc lửa cho thoại. GG cái này mà nó cho cái free cái click auto clicker nữa sự đã binh em như mình đang chơi vào quay màn hình tí xong. Mắc mình rồi. Trốn dễ tải thôi, mưu sinh luôn hiếu chỉ vì cuộc sống, chỉ vì tiền thôi hiếu rồi. Thằng yêu khôi bây giờ không có vẻ thằng khôi làm phải đi săn thương mại điện tử đây xong cộng 1 nhân viên. Thằng vàng ấy mua giặt xưởng vàng với chúa mua giặt xưởng vàng lắp thêm cái định mệnh nữa. Sự cái là có 2 ấn là nhặt thêm 10 đỉnh nào kéo lên chết rồi. Biết mà nghỉ việc ghê. Thế nghỉ việc ghê, nghỉ việc đi, nghỉ việc đấy. Biết nói nhiều không? Cái gì đấy? Có ấn thần rừng không? Mà ấn thần rừng nhỉ? Đéo biết làm ăn gì mà chán vậy không biết. chị em hôm nay cũng giờ mới có 12:57, anh sẽ quay đến 5 giờ. Bây giờ là 3 tiếng thì là quay lúc ấy 8 tiếng thì xong bình trình 8 còn không phải rồi. Bếp mới của eo đây. Bếp bay đi sao cháu ơi. 34 tỷ cho 100 tỷ đi xong rồi quay cho binh. Sấy mày rebirth đi em phải rebirth. Sang vua mới thì phải rebirth thì mới được mà phải rebirth với sang vua mới có điều kiện mà. Các vua của anh đang cần rebirth 4 lần. Rebirth từ đầu các vua trước đến giờ ấy anh mới được 2 lần, 2 vua 2 lần. 3 vua thì rebirth 2 lần. Yes. Bao nhiêu rồi? Một lần anh bay. Em bảo là GG noob. Em phải bảo là GG noob. Noob hay khóc. Gì. Chúng đéo rồi đấy. Cũng đéo được kiểu phải. U linh à? Ấn U linh à? Thần không bay. Ấn hắc ám, lắp cho thầy một viện hắc ám nhé. Ai đây?